Hi, everyone. A good question for us. Hi, lovely. I want to ask this since I've read your book, Ease, and it really got my attention and I find it powerful. But at the same time, I can't get my head around it. Yeah. You mentioned it again at our relationship retreat last week. It goes like this: I need attention from my mother, and the mother who ignores me is the same thing. Can you say more to that? Is that literally the other end of the same conditioning, same content? Thank you. Love you to the moon and back. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yes, great. I love that we're looking at this. So the me that needs attention and the mother, partner, child, boss that ignores me are made of the same thing. They're the same, they're the product of the same conditioning. So what's happening is an experience of being, isn't it? So from moment to moment, suddenly there's this experience of need, of lack, of wanting, of something out there would secure us, something out there would make us happy, something out there would make us feel valid. And that thing is not being given to us. And so there's more and more desperation for it. And the more desperate we are for it, the more it moves away. And this is like a universal rule. There's no exceptions to this. This is how it works because, and the reason it works like this, well, tons of reasons, but maybe the two most incontrovertible ones are, first of all, the I that needs attention and the ignoring other actually don't exist. There's not a fixed reality to them, and the both of them are a product of a learned conditioning that says attention will secure me, attention makes me whole, attention makes me valid, attention proves that I am someone, attention proves that I'm good, worthy. That's the conditioning. And so that conditioning gives rise to an idea of me that, and it's an experience of me, isn't it? It's a mental narrative, really, subconsciously created experience that is of lack. It's of lack. There's something needed. Home has to be found, and the only way that home can be found, the only way that I can feel whole, is through attention. And yet, that conditioning that gave rise to that me is also creating these others. And so it's no coincidence, is it, that the others that we need attention from are really those who most represent the characters from our past. It's no surprise, is it? So in growing up, if a child feels safe, feels whole, feels valid through the attention of a mother, then as that self and the other, so the child that is still running the show, still needing the attention, is putting that need on anyone who represents the mother, still has those characteristics, has that role, maybe similar appearance, similar energy. That's where it be. And so it might well be the case that attention from others is completely irrelevant, doesn't do anything, but attention from this person is absolutely valid. That's what's making me whole again. And so there's no resolving this, because the two, the self, which is really the child, and the other, which is really the representative of the past, don't exist in the here and now. There's no resolution. there's never going to be enough attention from that other to make that child fine, because it's not it's a play out in the now, but it's a past scenario that is running the show. So the only way for it to end is for it to be seen for what it is, for that futility, that never-ending hamster wheel, that never-ending attempts of doing all the right things, being the right sort of person, behaving in the right sort of way to get that attention. It's only when the futility of all of that is seen that the what's going on underneath, what's going on in the subconscious, can actually be seen. So that's one reason why it's sort of fixed in place, why it's the same thing. Then the other side to consider is that, is this unending search? Because the more the attention is required, I will feel whole when I have your attention. What that dynamic is pushing away the other, because the other has no real place in it. It's I don't care less really about this actual person. I only care really subconsciously is that they're representing a character from the past, and the attention is what's needed, not the other person. The other person is really obliterated in this search. So there's this craving for attention that really is a craving from the past projected into this reality now. And what's needed is the attention, and it's all about me, entirely about me, nothing about the other. And the other doesn't even exist really in all of this, because they're just a sort of convenient hook on which to hang this projection of the character from the past whose attention looked so be all and end all. So we can really see how this dysfunction in relationships keeps going. It's all a function of a misunderstanding of what's going on, and a misunderstanding of what suffering is. Because in those situations, the suffering, when the attention isn't received, there might be rejection from this person, or indifference, criticism, the suffering is intense. And when it's not outside of this conversation, really, the suffering looks like something that has to be got rid of, and the only way to get rid of it is through the attention of that person. And so the chase increases, the lack of inquiry increases, the unconsciousness, the blindness just is kept in place. There's more desperation, which pushes that other person away, really, because it's completely obvious it's not about them, really. This isn't love, this isn't care, this isn't regard, this isn't empathy, this is narcissism, really. This is me craving attention to feel okay. And so the whole thing is just re-traumatizing that original wound created from the instability of this self-identity being developed. So the suffering is saying, when it's not understood, the suffering is escalating the whole thing, re-traumatizing the whole thing, fixing everything in place. When suffering is understood as a sign of a system operating out of separation, out of believed self and other that actually isn't true, and that there's no resolution at all in either having what we think we need or avoiding what we think we have to avoid, because all that will do will just keep it going. So the suffering is saying, insanity alert, not to be trusted, any of this. And now the design is perfectly showing what's going on. And yeah, it's the same thing. And no matter what is going on, whether it's a craving for attention, or it's to feel like we matter, feel like we belong, feel like we're loved, feel like we're valid, whatever it is, and however it's playing out in this apparent reality, all of it is sending the attention back to say, no, there's something much more profound going on here, and this is a surface play out of old conditioning, and there's no resolution in it, no freedom in it, no truth in it. Yeah, thank you, great question.